What's up, everybody? Welcome back. I'm Phil. That's Sam.
Hey guys, welcome back to the channel.
We are checking out something brand new on the channel today. And how did we arrive at this one, Sam?
This is a request from Michael, so thank you so much for supporting the channel, Michael. His first request.
Michael's first request.
Yeah.
Well, he's a longtime viewer, longtime subscriber. He said he's been checking out our videos for years, actually. And he was inspired to make a sponsored video via the Wrigley Field request that we did.
The video that we did.
Which Mary sponsored that video.
I love that one. That was really cool to see.
So we're coming back to Chicago. We're learning a lot more about Chicago here.
Maybe we'll have to go there one day.
What's that?
I said maybe we'll have to go there one day.
Yeah, and this one here is actually taking place across Lake Michigan, right?
Yes, this is put on by the Chicago Yacht Club. It's a 2-day boating event every year. That's been going on for over 100 years.
Yeah, it says in the title here, 113th Chicago Yacht Club Race to Mackinac. And we were, getting interested in this one, just reading about it. Because like Sam said, it's got a long historical tradition, which is really, really cool. It's 333 nautical miles, which obviously means that it's a test of endurance.
Yeah, it's about a 2-day, full 2-day race, which is, when you're on the water in a boat, like anything can happen within 2 days.
And apparently it brings along like a couple hundred boats and like 2,000 sailors, somewhere around there. So it's pretty, well known as a unique competition, it sounds like, with a long history. And that's why Michael wanted us to check it out. So thanks so much for supporting the channel, Michael. Thank you, everybody that supports us. We're really, really grateful for you all. You guys have been around hanging out with us for such a long time. We wouldn't be where we are without you. So 100%. Thank you. Really appreciate that. All right, let's check out the Chicago Yacht Club Race.
Let's do it.
The Chicago Yacht Club Race to Mackinac, presented by Wintrust, is back for the 113th year of competition. Sailors begin to flood the docks of the Chicago Yacht Club as they prepare for the adventure ahead.
There's the crew.
Tradition, adventure, or simply the desire to be first across the finish line. The Mac draws every sailor to it for different reasons, and this year is no different.
I think part of it is just traditions. So my parents said, all right, great, first time you can do the Mac is when you're 10. So it was for 3 or 4 years, like as soon as I turned 10, I'm doing the Mac.
Wow.
So now every year, it's like, well, the Mac is July 23rd, first thing on the calendar. Everything else gets kind of shaped around it. It's the only thing I really take time off for in the summer, and it's the highlight for sure.
Been doing it a long time.
The one thing about the Mac is really, it's the bonding on the boat. And in that bonding, the fact that it happens with such beautiful sunsets and sunrises.
Oh my gosh, gorgeous.
It's the hospitality, to be honest. I mean, Chicago Yacht Club rolled out the red carpet for us. I've been lucky enough to sail with a lot of other, big names. All of them talk about coming back to the Great Lakes, to sweetwater sailing.
Cruising start.
The cruising division boats are the first to set sail for Mackinac. Back at the Yacht Club, the racing division enjoys one last party in Chicago before their start in the morning.
Party before we get down to business. Just don't party too hard.
The Windy City lived up to its name with a sporty start for the racing division. But these conditions will seem mild compared to what Mother Nature has in store for the racers overnight.
That doesn't sound good. Getting a workout in. So quick question, curiosity, how much does a boat like this cost that you're going to be putting into one of these races? I think they were alluding to in the beginning that there's different kinds of boats that participate in this. So they must have, divisions or whatever. So you guys can elaborate on that if they don't do so in the rest of the video here. Looks like the teams are fairly big as well. It looks like crews of 10 to 20 people, which would I guess makes sense because if we said a couple hundred boats and there's like 2,000, it's like 10 per boat, you would say. But I don't know if, bigger boats probably need bigger crews. And, it brings me back to obviously not the same thing, but I saw the guy, he had the classic like sailor outfit that I've seen because we live in Mexico now, right? So we've gone on some catamarans and stuff and been around some captains and, they have the classic, like the white shirt with the shades, the exact same shades. They all have the exact same sunglasses. And I assume there's a reason why, but it's just that classic look of like a sailor or a captain or whatever, right?
Yeah, I noticed that too. And like you said, I don't know if I'm assuming it's the type of boat, but they called them cruisers and then racers. So I don't know if that was like...
I must have missed the racers because I didn't hear that section.
Yeah, I wasn't sure, but I just wasn't sure if that was the type of boat or if that was like the intention. Like if you're like wanting to do this at more of a cruising pace or a racing pace.
Well, that's valid. I mean, you could be a cruiser and you're just like, somebody that cruises along.
Yeah.
Or you're a racer
so I'm not sure.
and you're
Maybe
actually
you guys
trying to
can
win.
let us know. Yeah, that's what I mean. So I don't know if that's like a division based on the boat.
Anyways,
or
maybe we shouldn't speculate because they're going to potentially elaborate on this. But the point is, if you guys have insights that they don't elaborate on, drop it down
so we can
below.
learn more.
Those are some big sails.
I think that was the most rain I've had in 34 max combined. It was definitely the most lightning I've had in 34 years combined.
Wow, he's done
and we had wind the
34
whole
years.
time.
Holy.
Oh my gosh.
Oh no. Oh no.
I would be so scared.
That's insane. Mackinac Island, Michigan. Oh, that looks nice.
Able to stay out in front of the storm the entire race, White Hawk is the first boat to finish at the Round Island Lighthouse at 6 o'clock Sunday morning.
White Hawk.
White Hawk does not have the island to themselves for long, with the first racing boats arriving soon behind them. Anyone who was tracking the race had their eyes on Natalie J. and Heartbreaker.
We were battling Heartbreaker the whole time we were out there. I don't think we were ever separated by more than a mile or two. And as I said to Bob, I said, you make us better and we make you better. And it was, if you slack off at all, Bob's gonna get you. And if he slacks off, we're gonna get him. We saw 69 knots, but the lightning, the rain, the breeze, it just never stopped. It was amazing. That's what sailboat racing's all about. That's what makes it different than most sports. Is the playing field changes all the time. That's what makes it super interesting.
That's crazy.
Honestly, all winter long, you think about, I want a Mac race with a big storm, and you got to be careful what you wish for. It was just an epic voyage, and the very end didn't work out the way we wanted. It was such a close, hard fight, but the experience itself was, you woulda, coulda yourself, but just the memories of going in that weather and hammering were so great.
Damn.
Wow, that's wild. That weather, I can't even imagine being on a boat because these boats look like they're so low towards the water.
Yeah.
It doesn't look like there's a lot of room for error.
Yeah, for sure. You didn't hear me, but I said I'd be so scared because you don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah, I'm sure your heart rate is going through the roof. And then the thing about that is
activity.
The thing about that is if it's a storm that's throughout the night, you don't really have any moment to get any downtime, right? You just got to keep going. And I mean, I'm sure, they always have experienced sailors, right?
Yeah.
Where, that guy that's been doing it for 34 years, he's going to be much more calm and comfortable. But imagine it's your first year you're going out there.
Especially if you can start this at age 10.
Yeah, that's
imagine being a 10-year-old and being on
yeah,
that.
that's very, very valid. I mean, didn't even think about that, how scary that would be for a 10-year-old's first experience, although maybe they would be loving the adventure at the same time.
Fair.
But, I think, for people that have done it before, that's probably, like he was saying, what they look forward to is the challenge,
Yeah.
right? Yeah, of course, there's some, scariness to it, but that's also, I imagine what you look forward to is the challenge of it, the opportunity, to do something you haven't done before and come out the other side of it. That's the whole point of the experience,
Yeah,
right?
well, like you said, right, something that makes the sport different is that the terrain is always changing, right? So you don't
You
really
never
know what
know.
you're going to expect until you're there and you're in it.
Yeah.
Ways of going in that weather and hammering were so great.
With the Mackinac Bridge in sight, the remaining boats are met with a stunning sunrise to end their voyage from Chicago.
Nice way to finish.
So beautiful.
That's what you get at the end of the journey. Nice shots like that.
Look how cute that is.
The early arrivals gave the sailors time to rest up and enjoy Mackinac Island before Tuesday's awards celebration at Mission Point.
There's all the boats. Everybody can relax now. It's party time.
The 113th year of America's Offshore Challenge is in the books, leaving sailors counting down the days until they get to race the waters of Lake Michigan once again.
All right, and that was the 113th Chicago Yacht Club Race at Mackinac.
I feel like that would be a lot of fun if you know what you're doing.
Yeah, it's clearly, an event, right, where you go probably to compete, but also, as they were alluding to with those two teams there, they're competing against each other and they're pushing each other, but it's also, the friendly competition aspect where you enjoy being around the culture, the camaraderie it builds, and the community aspect.
Well, yeah, and they were talking a lot at the beginning, right, about like the bonding with your teammates, and
Yeah.
like it's like a fun group activity that, like you said, challenges you and probably pushes you out of your comfort zone a little bit. And also, like at the end, right, they get to go to this place that looked like a really cool, like fun island to go to and spend a couple days at, right?
Yeah, it
So,
did look really cool.
yeah, it looked like a really cute little place.
Looked like you're traveling back in time
Yeah.
a little bit, and it also looked really, really clean there. I don't
it
know why
did.
I don't know if I'm getting old or what. Every time I see places that look really clean, I'm like, wow,
What
that's
really
nice.
stands out to you about this place? It was really clean.
Clearly, I'm getting old. I'm not like, oh, like looks like that's a party.
Literally, they're
it's
like pouring
clean.
alcohol. You're like, it was really clean.
All right, I'm never gonna say that again because it sounds so lame when I say it out loud.
No, it was though.
But it did look like a nice
yes,
island.
very well kept.
It was just interesting. It was interesting to check this out. 113 years that this has been going on
That's
for pretty
awesome.
wild. Thanks for that request, Michael.
Yeah.
And hopefully you enjoyed hanging out with us. And hopefully if you are new to the channel, because we've done something different here, or you want to stick around and hit that subscribe button. Anything you want to add, Sam, before we go?
No, I really enjoyed this, and like I said, teach us more about this in the comments. If there's any other videos that we should check out about boat racing, we've done a lot of vehicle racing, like cars and bikes and stuff like that, but we haven't really done very many boat stuff. So if you guys
We've
have
done
any
a lot
links,
of land stuff and not
Yes.
much water stuff.
yes. So if you have any water related suggestions, drop them down low. I hope you guys have a great day, and we'll see you next time.
See you on the next video.